Is Cam Bynum the real deal? Is this really his breakout season? Stay to the end and I'll give you my answer. But first here, let's dive into some of his PFF grades and get some insight into what has Cam Bynum done this season so far. And he has done a lot. I mean, going right into this, an overall 87.8 PFF grade is absolutely fantastic, and we'll put that in perspective in a little bit here. But a 79.4 against the run and an 81.5 in coverage, which is fantastic, something we absolutely needed on this defense this year. 60 pass rush, obviously he's a safety, so that's not that big of a deal. Solo tackles 14, assists 9. I think, but that's 23 total tackles. I believe he is number one on the Vikings in tackles, which is great. Even though, I mean, especially as a safety, you probably want a player from a different position to be leading that. But it just shows a lot about what Cam Bynum has been doing this season. No sacks yet, but 5 stops, only one missed tackle, an 84.7 passer rating allowed, and 5.2 yards per reception. A little bit deeper look into each game here. 82.5 defensive grade in the first game, 81.5 in the second one. Coverage grades fantastic. The big thing about him that I want to bring is just the leap he took from his second season into his third season. In the first season as a rookie, I did like him a lot. I liked what he's seen as a starter. He said he started a handful of games here. I think he started like 4 games for Harrison Smith that season. He looked fantastic. So I was really hyped about him going into the second season. He did not live into the hype at all. Obviously, a 58.2 PFF grade is pretty low with 50.2 in coverage. It got to the point where even most fans, a lot of fans, they had Camryn Bynum as a surprise cut potentially, and they were kind of riding on the idea of Lewisine and Josh Metellus taking over that spot. But Cam Bynum said no, he's coming in here and this is his. Not only does he want this spot, he wants to make sure he is one of the starting safeties. He's starting to show that he is not just one of the starting, he might be our best safety on this team. And that's with Harrison Smith, who might be passing his rinds to the boy Cam Bynum here. Harrison Smith has not played up to what we expected, especially in this Brian Flores defense. He is getting older. It might be a time to say that hopefully Harrison Smith, it is only 2 games. Same with Cam Bynum. It has only been 2 games. So hopefully Harrison Smith steps up soon here. But with Harrison Smith, 56.6 overall grade, 49.7 in run, and 61.7 in coverage. In comparison to Cam Bynum, it does look like Cam Bynum in these first 2 games, at the very least, has taken that leap, not just on this defense, not just as a player, but as our number 1 safety. And and that's even just against our safeties. Now, if you put them against the rest of our defense here, outside of Theo Jackson, who has only 22 total snaps, and who did have that 1 interception or 1 turnover this entire season so far, but a 93.4 for Theo. You take him out of this, 87.8 for Cam Bynum, which leads all Vikings in PFF score, with Ivan Pace on his heels, actually. Undrafted rookie Ivan Pace. You can't say enough about that guy either. He's done enough for his own video, which I will probably get to sooner than later here. But this is about Cam Bynum, and Cam Bynum is leading the Vikings defense with a PFF grade of 87.8. So you're just talking about not just a leap to be a starting safety for our team, not just to pass Harrison Smith as our best safety, not even all the way up to being one of the best defensive players on the Minnesota Vikings team. And now you compare him to the rest of the safeties in the NFL, which again, you have Theo Jackson at the top. Hey, maybe Theo needs to get some more playing time. I know all of us were really surprised that Theo was on this team at the end of the roster cuts, but hey, Theo Jackson's looking good out there, 83.4, but you take him out. If you just pick the players that had at least 100 total sacks, that would put Cam Bynum the second best safety in the entire NFL. You could even throw Malik Hooker in there with 93 and say that Cam Bynum, according to PFF, with that at least 100 snaps, is the 3rd best safety in the first 2 weeks of the NFL. Back to the question from the beginning of the video, is Cam Bynum the real deal or not? I say yes, he is. I think we're seeing a breakout season by our young safety. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments. Subscribe to our channel, GG Sports Podcast. Skol Vikes.